Hey everyone, Adam here going Overland. Today I want to talk a bit about tyres. We run the Maxxis, what are they? The Bighorns, 33 by 12.5, 15-inch rims. And I've got a screw in one of the tyres that I'm going to pull out and show you how to do it and repair it. And also I want to talk to you about how to make an air tank without having an air tank. Real cheap and easy way. You don't have the extra weight, reliability, it's simple. Surprised everyone's not doing this. I don't know why you'd buy an air tank unless you really need it. So I'll show you a few little tricks. So the reason why I want to talk about these tyres today is because I was having a look and we've got a screw in the tyre. So I'm going to take that out today and have a look and put a repair in there. It might even be short enough where we don't need to repair it. But I thought while I've got the tyres out, I'll have a good look. Now this tyre is not the same vintage as the other ones. We did stake a tyre and that would have been my fault. I had 40 psi in the tyres. And I just brushed up against a big log. We're trying to maneuver the trailer off the road, and it splintered off and just big stake through the sidewall. Now, I don't think it would have happened if we had 20 psi in the tyres, but we were about to get on the highway and do a couple 100 kilometres, so I had them 40 psi, way too high, and yeah, unfortunately staked the tyre. Now, as you can see, these tyres are Cactus. Would I recommend them? Absolutely. These were $100 less, $100 cheaper than a lot of the big brand tyres. $100, so 4 tyres, it's $400 I saved. Have I had any other issues except for the little screw and that stake? No other issues. These have been a fantastic tyre. So 40 to 45,000 kilometres, 5 years of abuse. Would I buy them again? Absolutely. We got a big trip coming up, so we're actually probably going to run all-terrains for that trip. And I reckon by the time we get back, they'll need swapping over. So when we come back and swap them over, I think we'll go back to the Maxxis. But I'm still on the lookout for a good all-terrain. So send me a message and let me know what all-terrain you run and what you recommend. Alright, so let's have a look at this tyre. Let's take the screw out if we can. Nope. Hold on. There we go, you can hear that air coming out. So let me just get, this thing is for cleaning the hole out and making it big enough to put your patch for your repair through. So I have this ready to put in there so we don't lose too much air. Oh. There we go. It's only small. And you need a little bit of force. So you want to try and go straight, the same angle that the screw was in there. So if your screw's in there on an angle like this, put your cleaning tool through it the same angle, and the same when you do your repair. You want it right in there. You got to get it past the you got to separate the steel belts, so that's probably the hardest part, getting it in there. And then once you got it in, you go in and out a few times. So I might move the chair. We'll get this ready first. So these are your vulcanized rubber or something like that they're called. So very sticky. Let's take one out. You put it through the hole. So it's got an opening, you just feed it through. There we go. Once you got it started, it's easy to pull through. So you get it about halfway. So when it goes in even. So you're pushing it in, and then you'll pull it out, and then you just trim off the excess. So we'll have that on standby, because when the air comes out, it'll go down fast. I want to clean that out a little bit more. There we go. Alright. So we've got to keep pushing. Got to keep pushing till it's most of the way in, and then you'll start slowly pulling it out. Alright, it does take a bit of force, but it's alright. You don't want to push it in too far either, so take your time. There you go. Alright, she's almost all the way in, so now I'll start pulling it out. Nice and easy. There it is. And then we just trim off that excess. If you have air coming out, more air coming out, you'll see bubbles forming. So that's it. She's all sealed up. We'll just put some air in it, pump it back up, and ready to roll. Now I do have to warn you, you're not supposed to run on the road with that sort of repair. You are supposed to go to the tyre shop and they repair it allegedly from the inside. I don't know if that's true or not. So yeah, you're not supposed to run on the road with those repairs. They're only supposed to get you out of trouble. You need to do the tyre shop, and then they'll do a repair. So I'm just going to throw some air in it. We've got the ARB air compressor under the bonnet. We run about 35 PSI around the road. If we load it up, maybe up to 40, and then off-roading it depends. We'll go as low as 14 and up to 26 with dirt roads. So there is a trick. A lot of blokes used to, well, they still do run air tanks, but you know, everyone's got an air tank. It's your spare tyre, and there's a trick I'll show you. Now I'll show you what we've got in our kit. So here's our air line. Now normally they don't have this fitting here on the air line. We've added this one, so we've cut it and added this one. And that's how much we cut off. So you can put your tyre inflator from ARB. So you can also plug in a little blower, blow out your air filter or dust off anything, or if you have an issue with anything, you can blow dust out of it or water. And we also got these two here. So one will go in there, one will go in there. I'll just show you close up. And this one here, I'll undo this fitting and I'll put this one on. They just go into your tyres. Right, and next up, what you do, this is mainly if you've like popped the bead off the tyre and you can't put your bead back on. Your air compressor's just not enough volume. You can try and run a ratchet strap around them. I've tried that before, some success, but this works really good. You with your air compressor, slowly pump this tyre, your spare tyre, up to maybe 50, 60 psi. Right. Okay, so here's our tyre. See the beads popped off it? Okay, so the trick to this is you need one of these is helpful. It's the just a little tool to take the inner valve out, because you want a lot of airflow. You don't want anything restricting airflow. So take the inner valve off this one, and you'll also take the inner valve off your spare. Don't lose them either. Alright, we've got our air lines, we've got our fittings on both of them. So these ones can take the valve without the stem in there. So you'll hold one on there. It's usually easier with 2 people, so we'll see how it goes. And the other one will go on your air tank. So I've got to take the inner valve off that and throw that on there. Definitely easier with 2 people. There we go. I wonder if I can... No, I won't stay on. Alright, take the inner valve off. So I'm going to hold one on there and one on there. See this valve beat seats. Oh, here we go. Have a look at that. Almost done, just a little bit near the camera there. Done. Easy as that. Now I just got to put these inner valves in. See that? And this one doesn't have a lot of pressure in it. It just had that big volume just to pop it on. So we can quite easily put the inner valve in, pump it up, and away we go.